Hola, mi gente.
Bienvenido a nuestro canal.
Soy Rondel.
Soy Abril.
Y somos Nomadic Wonder. Good time, my people. Welcome back to the channel. If you have not guessed it, today, what we doing, boo?
We're going to talk about a few Spanish words and phrases that are good to know in Mexico.
Now, we tell you guys the different ups and downs of kind of living here and getting around here, but what you cannot get around is learning some basic Espanol to communicate, you know what I'm saying? Even if you aren't going out to the bars every night or anything else, it's good to know some basic phrases, right? So that's what we're going to cover today. Super duper basic. Yeah. We are not linguists at all.
No, we're pretty much remedial Spanish speakers. But we have some words and phrases that, like we said, are good to know, but also that you'll hear while you're in Mexico.
But for our Spanish-speaking public out there, if you got some corrections for us, we're open to hear them. Hit us up. All right, so let's get this party started, baby. So we're gonna start at the beginning, y'all. How to greet somebody. So
just the most basic Spanish.
Basic. So here we go. Good morning.
Buenos días.
Good afternoon.
Buenas tardes.
Good night.
Buenas noches.
What have you done with your life? So that's good morning, good afternoon, and good night, man. Now, if you want to put a little swag on that, you know what I'm saying? You'll be like, ¿Qué tal? Buen día. That's just like, hey, what up? Good day.
But speaking of buen dia, that's also a greeting that you'll see less formal, but it is essentially good day. Buenos días, mi amor.
Buenos días, linda. Now, me with my lizard mind, I will frizz out when somebody starts speaking to me, and they'll say like, buenos tardes, buenos dias, or buenos noches, or something. I'm like, So, buen dia is an easy, quick default. You can say that in morning, afternoon, or night. Buen dia is just good day.
You know, you brought up something too. You said, ¿Qué tal?
¿Qué tal?
What does that typically mean?
What's up? What's happening?
What's up? How you doing? What's going on? Just a pretty informal greeting as well.
And you gotta flow with it, man. So, Mexico is a land of passion. They're passionate people with a passionate language. This is one of the Romance languages. So when you speak it, you're gonna speak in different intonations, different tones, and with passion, man! Don't be afraid to get rhythmic with it and try not to sound really mechanical when you speak it, because that is not the language. You're kind of missing the mark. So part of the language is getting in that rhythm when you speak. Hola. ¿Qué tal, bro? No, man, no. Sí.
No, those are your basic greetings, formal and informal.
Baby, I don't want them to think that I speak fluent Spanish. I'm afraid that they're gonna start talking to me and speaking where I don't understand. What can I do?
So here's a couple phrases that you can arm yourself with, because a few times, you know, we say buenas tardes. It sounds decent, right? As a foreigner, but then
you
someone,
think we learned the language.
Right, someone starts speaking back to you, and then all of a sudden you're in headlights because you don't understand what they're saying.
What do you say?
I say, habla un poco español.
I speak little Spanish, okay? I preface pretty much every dang on conversation I have with people here with un poco español. I only speak a little Spanish, un poco español.
Also, you can say, entiendo un poco español.
I understand little Spanish. Both of those are interchangeable, and they really help the expectations of the conversation. These are some of the phrases that we learn when we first get to a country, and they help us to disarm and get this other person on our side to help us. So generally with this un poco español, you know, in the smile, we're doing some pantomiming, we're doing that TPR thing. What is TPR?
It's total physical response. It's pretty much, like you said, pantomiming and using non-verbal cues and non-verbal language to help carry your message across.
If two people are trying to communicate and they have made a decision that they're going to commit to communicating, there's no way they can miss the target. But to kind of help to entice people in to communicate with you, and since you don't know the language, maybe you need to be a little bit more expressive with your hands and your physical actions and your eyes and your mouth and stuff. So that's generally what we do.
I know a little, like, no habla español. I don't speak Spanish at all.
That's what's up. it goes a long way. And it kind of disarms somebody if they want to be pissed off at you for not learning the language. Anybody that's doing all this pantomime and they're like, all right, they trying. So that's what's up. You know what, right along those lines, we will roll into some introductions, right? I might say something like, soy Rondel, right? I am Rondel. What's the response to that?
Someone might tell you their name back.
All right, they'll say, soy Yarbros, okay. Soy Rondel, mucho gusto.
Which is like, I'm Rondel, nice to meet you. And I might say something along the lines of likewise or pleasure, such as igualmente or encantado.
Which is nice to meet you. Nice to meet you as well. This is just basic communications, but it's a little bit more basic than the cat that's coming over here saying, hola! Hola, me llamo Rondel. Rondel, you know what I'm saying? It shows them that, you know what, you're trying to learn the language, you know a little bit more than the average Joe, and you must subscribe to the Yarbros channel.
Right. Even if igualmente, encantado is not like the most natural response, you know, we know that we've heard this before, but let us know in the comments how you respond or how you say, you know, pleasure to meet you and likewise.
Please and thank you. Please and thank you. That's what we've been using, and generally speaking, it warms people up to talking to us and helps them to communicate with us on a basic level.
And if someone says like, have a nice day or something like that, I usually try to say igualmente.
Igualmente, yeah man, you as well. Likewise. And that's just cool, man. So this is basic communications, you guys. This is stuff that you will use wherever you travel in the world. You know, you learn how the basic good morning, good afternoon, good night, hello, my name is. But I will urge you to learn that hello, my name is, not the textbook, but how the people see it.
Yeah. And
we know, just like in Merida, people say it differently than they say it here in Guadalajara. Here in Guadalajara, it's a different good morning, and I don't think I ever heard Catal in Merida.
Now that you think of it, I don't think I
You know what I'm saying?
Either.
So just like the East Coast, West Coast in the States, or Midwest, we all say things differently.
Well, that's interesting because not only is it like the dialect of the region, but it's also like the group of people specifically that you're with.
Sure enough.
The culture.
Those subcultures.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. So I guess the best advice we can give you is to get to know people in the culture and the circles that you run around in and listen.
So something we found interesting is our learning style as we're trying to absorb the language here.
Very different.
Yeah, very different. For me, I learn by writing down a lot. I like to listen. I need to see what the words look like because later when I'm trying to practice those words, I'm like looking at the spelling, making sure I have the right pronunciation. So I'm kind of like going around like textbook flashcards. Things like that, listening, writing do really good for me.
For me, I listen, I don't write though. I need to get the context of the conversation and how the words are used. For me, I learn by listening to other people. So when I'm in my Uber car and the Uber driver's on the phone with his girlfriend or his homies or whatever, I'm really listening to their conversation. Creeper! If I say hello or good evening or good morning to someone, my antennas go all the way up and I'm listening to their response and I'm recording how they say it, you know what I'm saying? And I love the way Mexico sings the rhythm of the speech here, you know what I'm saying? Love that. And that's how I remember. I'm a rhythm person, so I get the rhythm that they speak in, I get what they're saying, and I roll with it.
Yeah, so no matter what your learning style is, I think the common denominator between all of them is that you just have to practice.
Don't be no punk. You got, you learn something, use it, and be intentional with your learning.
So here's a phrase that we use a lot, whether we're out and about, at a mercado, we're at the store, we're at the mall, and we want to know the price of something. We typically ask, ¿Cuánto cuesta?
How much is it? That's
or,
basic.
¿Cuánto es?
¿Cuánto es? If you're trying to know what the price of something is, ¿cuánto es is more colloquial around here, but ¿cuánto cuesta is, that's what I use all the time. You know what I'm saying? It's to go to. Again, lizard brain is programmed in my mind. How much is this? So, ¿cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? ¿Cuánto cuesta? Real Real talk. Let's go to a restaurant setting because you know if you come to Mexico, you're going to get something to eat. A common thing that I was hearing people say around here that I didn't know what it was, right? Was it buen provecho? Buen
provecho.
Provecho. Bon appetit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Enjoy your meal. And the only response to that is thanks. Gracias. It's a very well used term around here, and it's polite. So if you say it to someone, like you walk past somebody's table, you need to be like, "Ooh, buen provecho," and they might say it to you as well.
Yep. Now, when you're finished eating and you want to ask for the bill, you can do like the writing in the air kind of script.
TPR, baby.
Right, the nonverbal, or you can say la cuenta. Maybe just combine them. La cuenta, por favor. Yeah. Which is check please,
Bring me the
bill please.
Bill please. You can also say mi cobra, charge me. Both of those are proper, but la cuenta is more frequently used, I think. So if we're wrong, again, hit us up in the comments and let us know. But that's what we've been doing. La cuenta, por favor. Usually when we go to the taco stands, it's mi cobra. So,
or I'll just ask like cuánto cuesta.
Yeah.
Ask how much is this that we're getting right now.
So while we're still in the restaurant.
Yeah. Let's just imagine they didn't bring the bill yet. When they're taking your order, usually they'll ask if there's something that you want to drink. And usually you'll hear, ¿Quieres tomar algo? Do you want something to drink? Or ¿Quieres bebidas? And usually, like, it's always so fast and I never really catch it.
It gets by both of us almost every time. I'll hit bebidas. Or I'll hear tomar. It's always like a 3-second moment between the two of us. It's like, oh, drinks.
Right. But those are the words I know. So no matter like what comes before it or what after it, I recognize tomar or I recognize bebidas, and I'm like, oh, they want to know what we want to drink. And that's typically how it goes with us interacting and trying to speak and understand and communicate here.
Real talk. But again, the more you use it, the more you hear it, the more accessible it will be. All right, you guys, niceties, politeness. There's some basic rules of politeness here in Guadalajara. I don't know if they're the same all over Mexico, but we're here to tell you about what we know. All right. One of the top that we hear a lot is con permiso.
Con permiso.
Con permiso. So if you're on the elevator and someone steps off the elevator, the person that's stepping off says
con permiso.
And it's just like with permission.
Right.
Literally with permission.
And that's the literal translation, but typically it's used to say excuse me.
So if you are behind somebody in Costco and you got to get around them, con permiso. Compromiso. Again, it's that tone, and again, you got to say that thing. You got to sing that thing. Now, compromiso, and going around that person. Real talk. It's a rhythm. What's up? What else?
You might hear a lot, or you might use it yourself. Claro.
Claro. I was misusing this. I was saying entiendo when I understood things, but now what I hear around here a lot is claro. Oh, I get it. Ah, okay. Or of course.
I think claro can mean that you understand something in some context as well, but you're right. Also meaning of course, meaning sure, and probably some other meanings that you guys can let us know in the comments.
Right, but claro. Somebody's saying something to you, you give an order, you've already asked for un poco español, and they say something to you and you understand it. Oh, claro. Okay. Gracias. It's another one.
Let's see, one of the last one we have is something that you'll usually hear if you're next in line to someplace.
And there's a lot of lines now one day.
Right, it's your turn for something. You will hear adelante. I
thought they were saying andale.
Like, come on, hurry up.
Like, hurry up.
Nah, but like now that we're like standing in lines now for certain things, like entering a store, you have to wait in line to get your temperature checked, to get hand sanitizer. When it's your turn to step up, you'll hear someone say adelante.
After you, next.
If you are next up at the register, at a cashier, you'll hear adelante.
These are the niceties that we hear here.
Yeah.
All right, so that was fun. I hope you guys got something from it. This is our struggle. The struggle is real, but the struggle is fun. And these are the basic phrases that help us to engage with our people around us.
Kind of what we've learned and how we've understood it in context, which may not even all be right, but this is kind of what we're picking up on our own, and we wanted to share it with you because we've been able to put these into use here in Mexico.
If you guys enjoyed this video, give us that thumbs up. We appreciate it. This helps us with the algorithm and helps our videos to get out there. So we really, really, really deeply appreciate it. But if you're not a subscriber,
hit that subscribe button.
We want you, we need you, and we're going to give you that info that you're looking for.
Not only that, but we really appreciate when you guys engage with us.
Yeah,
So drop some of your phrases, things we should know in the comments, or whatever it is that you want to say and share. Let us know down below.
Straight up, man. This is fun. This is engaging. This is not the last of these videos we'll be doing. Maybe when we go out to eat, we're gonna kind of show these things in action. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. Let's see. Soy Rondel.
Soy Abril.
Hasta luego.
Adiós.